How little can you know about such an established term as poverty without being called a dishonorable citizen, really? I've known what poverty is since I was a little kid. You don't have enough money. Duh. For the privileged minority, poverty is something depicted in stories. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Oliver Twist, Aladdin, Esmeralda. Poverty is depicted as a conflict in countless stories. Richness is the salvation. So I was surprised to learn how little I knew about such an established term as poverty in the real world. Here's a quiz. How many people around the globe are living on less than $3 per day? Is it 8 million, 80 million, or 800 million? That's right. In 2025, about 800 million people were living in extreme poverty. How many were poor in 1990, 35 years ago, 3 years before I was born? Was it 23 million, 230 million, or 2.3 billion people? That's right again. 2.3 billion people were poor in 1990. In 35 years, 1.5 billion people have left poverty behind. Not need, of course, but 2.3 billion people have left the most extreme poverty, and with that been granted some access to goods and services. Here's what I think. That is ungraspable. Every day for 35 years, every day for more than my entire life, 118,000 people have been lifted out of poverty. Sweden's 8th largest city, Linköping, has been lifted out of poverty every day for 35 years. Here's the last quiz, before I share a controversial observation. How many people are expected to remain in extreme poverty by 2030, the year the world aimed to end it? Is it 7 million, 17 million, or 700 million? 700 million people, which means that the rate of reducing poverty has halved to about 60,000 people per day. After 2030, the number of people in extreme poverty is projected to turn and increase again. This evokes so many questions, especially as smarter people than me have said end poverty, the sustainable development goal #1. Here's controversial observation. Rich people like me and my peers in my country and my part of the world consider climate change the #1 priority. We think in a way that the faith of the lemurs in Madagascar are more emotionally engaging than to know about the inhabitants of Madagascar, the 31 million people, that they're living on less than $2 per day. That's Sweden right there. Madagascar are there. We don't want to know that. Why? I don't know. Maybe because we feel terrible about the loss of lemurs and find humans to blame for it, and for the climate change too. I don't think, according to controversial observation, we find poverty in Madagascar our fault, our responsibility, our thing to fix. But climate change we can fix by buying the latest EV, we think. This is an insult to everyone involved, but also I think to some extent true. Greta Thunberg didn't get famous all around the world because of her engaging speech about lifting 800 million people by further economic growth. Because that is what it would take. Madagascar must make the same journey as Sweden, or they'll remain in poverty. And we don't want that. But we want a sustainable future. If there's any truth to this observation, one might call that attitude misdirected, setting climate change above ending poverty, before ending poverty. Because, as Christiana Figueres said, ending poverty and fixing climate change is one and the same. And this gives even more questions. Some I'll try to address next week, and some the week after that. Well, share your thoughts kindly. Thank you for watching. Bye.